Hey everybody, this is Tom from Tomcat Airguns. We're going to look at a couple different ways to clean an airgun barrel. In this box, I have, this whole box is full of nothing but firearm cleaning supplies, including brushes and rods and all kinds of stuff. Bore snakes, patches, just so much junk in here. And it's all for firearms, which means it has almost nothing to do with air guns. Keep that in mind. Air guns are a special breed. You start using bad, aggressive chemicals, firearm chemicals on an air gun, you stand to really screw up your air gun. So if you got a supply of firearm stuff, put it aside. You might be tempted to use something like this cleaning rod, which has a nice little slot for a patch, and you can just drive it right on in there and clean, but you're putting steel against steel. And when those two rub, which one's going to give? The steel from your barrel or the steel from your rod? A couple different ways we can clean. Let's see here, we've got... Who makes this? I think this is Napier makes this here little pull-through guy. It's pretty nice, and it's a good strong wire. Got a little, pull grip on it, and I believe this little loop on the end is Kevlar, if I'm not mistaken. So I can feed that through, grab a patch, and pull it through, and do it again and again and again. That's one way. Another way is, these are Beemans, but there's cleaning felt pellets, and you can get them in whatever caliber you need for your rifle. I like these, and I use these a lot for when I clean a barrel. What else? Oh, solutions. Some guys will just use something like a penetrating oil to help break up any kind of gunk and leftovers and dirt or debris that's in the barrel. Some people pick like a ballistol type. More of a gun-related type solution. Oh yeah. So here I've got a bore snake. The bore snake is kind of nice because it's got a little brass weight on it, shoestring, and then you come into the actual snake itself. It's got some, I think that's copper or brass scrubbing brushes, and then it just finishes with a nice polish for the rest of the way through. Really nice for firearms. I'm not going to use it on my air guns. My air guns are expensive, they are very accurate, and I don't want to put anything in that barrel that's going to affect my accuracy, except in a positive way. So anything I put in here is going to be soft. If I had something with a nylon bristle, that I would put in there to get kind of a scrub. If I could find a nylon bristle that would fit. So when cleaning an air gun, you've got two different styles. It's the best if you can get your barrel removed, which on a Wildcat, in this case, I can remove the barrel, but maybe you don't want to remove your barrel because you don't want to. You're afraid to screw anything up. You're afraid to, maybe you'll change your POI, maybe you will screw something up, you're beginning, you're learning. That's fine if you can't remove your barrel. We're going to go over both methods if you have a barrel that's removed and if you don't. So guys, a couple more things before I get started on the cleaning process. You can buy pre-made patches, and they're very convenient and they're nice. They have a couple of loose fibers that you might have to deal with. That's a nice, quick, easy way to get a patch that's not only clean, but the right size. Really easy. But if you don't want to waste your money on having patches that are cut already, get an old t-shirt and a pair of scissors and make your own. That's really all it is. Throw it in the wash, get it nice and clean, and then slice it up for patches. You can custom make your own patches to whatever size you need to get the cleaning that you're looking for with just a t-shirt. Another thing is, here's a lead remover and polishing cloth. This is something, if I had a barrel that was really leaded, or I really wanted to unlead it and get a lot of stuff out of there, I'd break into something like this, which has lead remover, to try to get that lead out of there. I'm not going to use that today. I haven't used that yet, but I'm not going to use that today for this. Today I'm going to use some ballistol. So with that, let's get started on cleaning an air gun without the barrel removed. Okay guys, so you can go out and buy one of these commercially available pull-throughs, and they're very nice. Or you can get yourself some fishing line, put a kink in it, and accomplish the same thing. It's not quite as easy, maybe in some cases, but it works. Always put your gun on safe. Open your bolt, because you're going to need that room. Another tool you're going to need is some kind of pick. And by pick, I mean it could be something as simple as an Allen key. If you have anything that you can remove around your breech, go ahead and remove it. Like this cheek rest, it just kind of puts a cover on everything. If I can remove it, it allows me a lot easier access into the breech for when I go to grab the string that I'm going to clean with. In this case, I may even take off the back plate for a more thorough cleaning if I really want to get in there. Maybe apply some type of lubricant to the bolt, which will then apply it to the O-ring inside there. On the muzzle of the gun, if you can, remove the shroud or the silencer. It's going to allow you access to the very tip of the barrel, and it's going to make things a lot easier. But if you don't want to, or you can't, or you've never done it before, get a drinking straw, feed your cleaning device, whatever it is, your cleaning wire. Oh, another point is, I've seen guys use thick weed whacker line, and they kind of just melt the end of it flat, and then they punch through the patch. And that kind of sticks the patch in there, and they feed it through that way. That's another great way to do it. So starting from the muzzle, insert your drinking straw all the way through. You have to fish it around a little bit, all the way through to the end of your silencer, and feed your fishing line in. Once you get to the other end, use your little pick and pull it out. Make sure not to lose this end. Now grab your patch. I actually don't need to clean this, so I'm not going to, but I would apply some ballistol, just very thin coat of ballistol, or whatever your cleaning agent is. And I like to fold my patches in half, pinch everything together, feed it in there so it doesn't come out, and pull. Now you notice I'm pinching my fingers here at the end. What I want to happen is I want this to come out, hit the end of the straw, and basically I want to hold everything together. Because if I loosen this, I have a chance to lose this patch inside my shroud, and then you got a problem. So it's important to keep that pressure on when you're exiting the barrel. And go in again. Give it a grab. You can use the same patch. You can switch to a different one, however you feel like doing it. Same process again. The problem with trying to feed just this line in here is trying to find your barrel. You'll run into every little thing, every section inside your silencer on the way to the barrel. And then you still have to fish into your barrel. As I said earlier, if you can remove your silencer, you've got your barrel right there. You don't need the drinking straw. You can just go right in, put your patch on, and pull it right out. So that's really an ideal way to do it without taking the barrel off the gun. Another way to clean your rifle without taking the barrel off is to use the cleaning felts. And the way these work is just like a normal pellet. You just put them in your magazine or hand load them one by one, get them in the chamber and fire them downrange. They will make a significantly louder crack when they're coming out. Okay, they're loud. So just be aware of that. This is what I would call a quick cleaning. Let's go over another way to clean a barrel. You'll need a shop vac, some strong twine, and a bunch of patches. So guys, get some strong twine. It's got to be very strong so that you don't break it when you pull it through under pressure. You want to make sure it's at least what, 6 or 8 inches longer than your barrel and your shroud together before you begin tying patches onto it. And it's just a simple overhand knot. I tied the patch in. The nice thing about this is that you can tie a bunch of patches on the string and basically a couple of sweeps through your barrel and it'll be clean in no time. With this method, you spend a lot of time in the setup phase setting the system up instead of fishing through with your fishing line or whatever through your breech. In the end, you're going to have a bunch of patches just tied to a piece of string. So guys, I'm removing my moderator because this system can really be a chore, difficult to do with a moderator on, because the string will come through the barrel and as soon as it comes out the barrel, it'll drop down into one of the baffles inside your moderator. So it's really best to try to remove that. With that removed, stick the end of the shop vac over the barrel, turn it on and feed the string through. With the string pulled through, you can very simply just start pulling patches through. The nice thing about this is if that first patch had cleaning agent on it, such as the ballistol or whatever your preferred method is, you put it on the first one applies. It not only scrapes dirt, but it also applies that cleaning agent. The next patch and subsequent patches afterward remove that cleaning agent and scrape more dirt out. So you can just have a whole line of these, as many as you want. If you could put enough on here, it'll be a one-pull cleaning job. So I really like this method. It's really a clever way to get a lot of work done quickly. And again, the downside is if you've got a moderator with baffles in it and you can't remove your end cap, it can be a little difficult. So let's go over if you can take your barrel off your rifle. We'll go over a couple of different ways to clean the barrel and give it a nice thorough cleaning. What I've got is a standard bench vise, and I've taken a rag, doubled it over, and I stick it inside the vise. And now with your barrel out and your moderator off and nothing in the way, you can just look straight down that barrel. This is the best way to get a really good thorough cleaning on your barrel. Put it in the vise and tighten it down. You don't need to crank on it. You just want to hold it in place against the forces that you're going to put on it while you scrub and clean. All the other methods that I've gone over already will work in this fashion. So if you like one and you want to use that one a lot, by all means, take the barrel out and use it. One of the reasons I wanted to show you this method is so I can show you another way to use these little cleaning pellets. What I do is I get, for this case, this is a 22, I'll get a 3/16 dowel. Make sure it's a little bit longer than the barrel, the full length of the barrel. And put it in the breech end or the muzzle end or both. And I'll also put a little bit of cleaning agent on these. From the breech end, you can just start it in. And from the muzzle end, you can also just push it right on in there. So if you want to save yourself a little bit of time and frustration, have a pencil handy. Stick your dowel in and start pushing that felt pellet through. And if you push just on the end with your finger, the dowel should actually spin because it's going to catch on the felt, and then the felt is going to catch in the rifling. And you know you're getting a really nice cleaning from that. Once you get to the end and you start pushing both pellets out, don't push them out. Take your pencil and put a little mark on your dowel. Remove your dowel and then come in from the other side. And now when you come up to your pencil line, you'll know to stop before your pellets actually come out. Now this is interesting. I wanted to show you this. If I can get my pellet out of there. There we go. So these little grooves, what I've got here is my rifling showing up on the pellet. So that's telling me that this pellet is expanding into the rifling and it's really getting a real good cleaning in there. Put that back. Go back through, and now if you've got cleaning agent on these first two pellets, you might run them through a few times, back and forth. And then when you feel satisfied with that, just go ahead and take them out. Push them all the way out. And now you have a few choices. You can either get yourself some more cleaning felts, or in my case, I like to switch over to the fishing line method, because I can still get a good scrubbing and remove some of that cleaning agent with the fishing line method. And then at the end, I'll switch back to the felts. So I'll run my fishing line through here a few times. And once I feel satisfied with the amount of dirt that I'm not getting off these, I may come back through again with a cleaning felt, a dry cleaning felt, and push it through a few times. This is a way to get a really good thorough cleaning on your airgun barrel. Guys, something to keep in mind. Once you clean an air rifle barrel, many times it takes 40 to 50 shots, sometimes even more, before that rifle is leaded in again. And what that means is you're basically filling in any kind of imperfections and void spaces, and you're making the inside of the barrel consistent for the pellet and the way the pellet reacts with the barrel. And so you may see really good accuracy right away, but you really are looking for that consistent accuracy, and that might come after re-leading in the barrel. Guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you know anybody else that might be able to use it, by all means send it off to them. As always, happy shooting.